This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's having a wonderful time, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope you all had a wonderful start to your week. Mr. Polk, Crazy Dolphin, Raphael Courtwright, thank you for joining us. Real quick, I want to go ahead and talk about WCFL Helping Hands and the work we do to help local communities as well as support Dolphins Challenge Cancer and Polycystic Kidney Disease research. We are on June 22nd. We are going to Humane Society of the Nature Coast and to their open house, tour the shelter. We will be serving the food and drinks there. So you can come in and get some food and drinks, meet adoptable pets with reduced adoption fees, and even learn about volunteering if you're interested, or a foster program. Other than that, we're going to start our show. We'll bring on our co-host, Mr. Winters.
What's going on, Papa Paul? What's going on?
Oh, another day in paradise down here.
Right, never lied. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood here in Philly as well. So,
yep. We have another wonderful, loving co-host today, Miss Pamela.
Hey, what's up, Pam?
Hey guys. Hey.
How you feeling, Miss Pam?
I'm getting there. It's been a slow return, but I'm getting there.
Our thoughts and prayers are always with you, hon. You know that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And now we have Campfire Tom.
Yo, Tom. What's going on, Tom?
No, he froze already.
What's up?
Yep. But today's show, we're post June 1st, and we're going to talk about the 9 things the Dolphins can do with the $18.5 million influx of cap space. So, as you all know, we released Xavier Howard, back in March for a post-June designation to the move, and instead of just recouping 2.8 in cap space, we actually got 18.5 mil.
Ooh.
So that's going to help out, but a good little portion of that's going to go to signing the NFL draft class of 2024, which we have not signed any of them yet. No ink to paper yet with any of them. So that's a little bit interesting. What's up, Shake Money? Thank you for joining us, brother.
Hey, Shake.
Shake Money, definitely. Shout out to Shake Money. Tomorrow he will be having a show with this. This is Ollie Goodman, aka Dolph Freaky. So definitely tune in to the Fin Stargate tomorrow.
Yep. I already dropped the link if anybody wants to join up with us. But one of the first things they state in the 9 things we can do with the money we got post June 1st is, of course, give to a record-breaking extension. That, to me, is the least of my worries right now. That's my feelings.
I agree with you on with that, Papa Paul, very much, because I feel like We got a year left before we have to do that.
And I agree with you on that. That's the way I feel because he only had. Welcome to the panel, Mr. Polk. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Let me adjust my audio because every time I get on Streamline, it. Okay,
We hear you loud and clear, brother.
You sound fine, brother. What's going on, Mr. Paul?
Hey, Mr. Polk.
How's it going, Papa Paul? Dolphin winning my sister Pamela up on here. Oh my goodness, just made my day.
If Tua can have as good a year as he did last year or better, then give him the deal. There's a lot of questions I have for him. He's got to win, not just him, the whole team, the coaching has to win some of those big games.
Agreed.
Also, let me send a shout out to Tom also.
I can't hear you, Tom. Can't hear you still. Tom. Nothing. You might try going out and coming back in.
There you go.
Okay. He's got to win those big games, but it comes to the coaching as well, not just all on him.
Exactly.
He's currently set to count $23 million against the Dolphins cap in 2024. So, Matt Henry, thank you for joining us, brother. Good afternoon. That's an important thing. Give us a minute. Let's see if Tom can get back in here with us. Hopefully he can.
Okay.
But I was happy with his play last year and staying healthy. There were some things that, and there again, it was more the play calling, I think, which I'm hoping to see some things change this year. But we'll shoot on to their number 2 is give safety Javon Holland an extension. I can
get behind that.
Yeah, I can get behind that most definitely. Sorry, Ethan. Ethan's working tonight. Our young man Ethan can't make it tonight.
We'll see him on Wednesday.
I couldn't hear Dolphin.
They said we'll see him
Wednesday. We'll see him Wednesday night.
Oh.
But I'll say this to everybody on the panel. I think the price goes up if he has a great year this year and we don't pay him this year. I think get it done as soon as possible.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But with with Greer, the guru of contracts, there's always ways to, there's some quarterbacks that are out of the league and still getting paid because of the way the contracts were stated and stuff. And I don't see nothing wrong with that if he's going to be that good of a quarterback. I'm hoping he has a great year, better than last year.
Agreed. I agree. But I'm going to keep saying this. I understand. Everybody's like, wait till next year, wait till next season. That's what they should do. And what happens with that is, if Tua does go into the season without a contract and he balls out better than last year, then the price definitely goes up. So whatever you could afford it for him right now, market value wise, that price goes up. I'm going to just say an estimate. That price might go up about $50 to $75 million. So if you want to take that risk and wait until the end of this season and then try to make, and then if you don't get a deal with him, now we're right back to square one. We really are.
So what, I've got a thought and a question for you about that, Dolphin winners. So he's basically asking for top dollar, what other proven, and I say proven, I mean have been in playoffs or more games and won, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to get that money. We'll use Burrows as an example. He's trying to get that level of money now.
Okay.
Burrows didn't get that level of money until he had been in playoff games or better and won. So if, for example, the Dolphins go playoffs or better and win, do we really think he would get more than that level of money?
Let's think about it. Let's think about it for a second. If I've led the league in about 6 to 7 different categories on offense one season, and if I'd mess around and do it again with the talent, because remember we upgraded at wide receiver with OBJ. So now, we upgraded with OBJ and Jonnu Smith at tight end. So now, if I do better than I did last season and ball out again, and I'm not going to use Joe Burrow. Let's think about what's the guy in Atlanta? Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has won one playoff game in 12 seasons, and he's been one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Let's think about that for a second. I understand everybody wants to sit there and have this, okay, he has not won a playoff game. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. Cool. But this man has balled out during the season. And what I am saying to you, if he does go into the season, he balls out in the regular season and does start winning playoff games, the price goes up. It does.
Well,
And I want to piggyback on Dolphin winners if I can.
Hey, Tom.
What up?
hey, Tom.
Also, hey, what's going on, Tom? Also, you got to think about his two things: one, the front office, and two, the agent that he has. Because if he balls out this season coming up, and we don't pay him, his agent and from what I'm hearing, his agent, the new agent that he has does not play. They're going to jack up the money for him.
Absolutely.
So
I
we
know.
got
I know if I'm Tua's agent, and they want to sit there and not get a deal done. This is hypothetically. If he doesn't get a deal done by the beginning of training camp or during training camp, and we just wait until the end of the season, the price is going up. What they say, yesterday's price is not today's price, and that's what's going to happen.
I mean, if I'm him,
Well,
I'm looking at it straight up. You have nothing prepared to replace me. Zilch, nada. You're keeping the gang that you want back together because they want to be there because of Uno,
Right.
as well as the money. So, I mean, you want to bulk at giving me money now, fine. Bulk and give me I'll play on the 5th year, but when it's time to have someone sign in 26, good luck. I'll go elsewhere and make 65 to 70 because that's what it's going to be by then.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking Dak Prescott
well,
wants $65 million next year. So everyone talks about playoff victories. There's not that many quarterbacks that have them.
and also too, I agree with what about the concern because I had the same concern too that we have to uh when it comes we have to if we make it to the playoff we need to go beyond that. But just like was mentioned earlier, that falls on both the not just tour but the coaching and the offense as a whole. See,
Right.
we have to as offense and coach we have to get beyond what we've been doing the last two seasons because we can't if we want to make it to the Super Bowl we got to go beyond that. We got to step outside the box, and so that's on Tua, that's on the coach, that's on the rest of the offense as well. I mean, like I said, Tua has to do his thing. He did stay healthy and what have you. Looked like he's been really working hard off season training and getting a quarterback coach and all that. And then also, if you look at what's been going with the changes on the roster, look like I mean from what I'm seeing, look like McDaniels is about to change the offense to hopefully more of a tradition type of offense, not just tailored towards Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle, but also you got you got your running backs, you got your tight ends, and other receivers. So hopefully we can move in the right direction.
So I agree with all of that. What you were saying, and also what Campfire was saying. I agree with all that. But on the other hand, when I look, so he's looking at what, like 53 mil now. He's wanting that area, maybe even a little more. Who? What did Mahomes just get?
Mahomes got 500 million.
Well, Mahomes got
How
500
much?
million a couple years ago. Then they restructured it recently again to give him more.
Right.
So we got 10
But
years,
over how
500.
many years? Do
He got
you
10
know
years,
how many a
500.
year?
You got 10 years, 500 million.
So basically
Then-
50 million a year.
Then when people started getting 53, 55, 56 million, they readjusted and gave him 3 years, 135 million guaranteed in it. That's what they
Okay.
talked about with the whole Tyreek thing, like how they want to extend it to add more money because there was no more guaranteed money, or there was, but just to bring his annual average of money in line with top 5 of his category.
Okay, so
well,
that's still less than 60 million, right? Like
It's pretty close.
but
well,
what I'm saying is Tua is wanting in that level, right? I mean,
Did he say that, or did the market say that?
I-
He's
the
never more than
market's saying
anything.
it.
The market dictates.
The market's saying it. So right now, we're going to table that and move on. We're going to agree and disagree.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I want to make it. We only have 45 minutes, not even left for the show. It's only an hour show. I want to move on through the 9 things that we can be doing with the money post June 1st. Which the second one was give safety Javon Holland an extension, which I agree with totally. He is considered the quarterback of the defense by some.
Yeah, if he gets to a free agent situation, he's going to be getting 20 mil a season probably.
yeah.
Upwards. So now's the time. I would give him like 15, 4 years, 60. You know what I mean? Give him some incentives guaranteed in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
I
like
agree
that
with
idea.
that too.
You don't have any options with him. It's not like, oh, we could wait. He was a second round player. He doesn't get that 5th round option.
Right.
Don't do the Chris Wilkins things where it gets to where he wants more money and we're not able to do it. So go ahead and make that move. Also, I was considered Jalen Phillips also.
Well,
I would
that's
wait on
that's
Phillips.
number three. Number 3 on the list is give pass rusher Jalen Phillips an extension.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd give him the money in the season next year. See how he recovers. I think he's going to want to win too, because if he's not right, he knows he's not going to get the bag. If he's right, he has a chance to work to show that he deserves the bag, even though he deserves the bag.
Unlike Holland, Jalen's working on a 5th-year option in 2025.
Yeah.
So
You got time.
I mean, he's got plenty of time. Yeah, that I agree with. I mean, I love Jalen Phillips, but he's got time where Holland doesn't have that 5th-year option.
Or if you kind of take this camp, like where you think that maybe, sorry, Pam, you could take the camp and be like, well, he looks good. He might be healthy. Try to get him on the cheaper end now because of his health isn't 100%. But I don't think his team's going to go for it. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, the way I have perceived him, talking to him, because I talked to him for probably close to an hour altogether at Dolphins Challenge Cancer event. When it comes to stuff like that, he's kind of a laid back, lax kind of guy with a lot of things. When it comes to football, of course, he's all football hardcore. He's going to knock some heads off, which I love about him.
Yeah.
But
I like what Tom was saying about, towards the end of the season, because there's just no way, with the seriousness of his injury and the fact that he won't more than likely, he won't be starting this season. So, it'll be what, 3-4 games in?
Yeah, well, it's possible. I got a question for you, Tom.
Sure.
On when it comes to like the bye weeks, do the teams have a say on where they want their bye weeks at all?
I think they're given a general range, and they're given like 2 or 3 options. And it's, well, if they have an international game, they're almost forced 90% of the time that they have to take it after that international game.
Yeah.
There are rare occurrences where they don't, like the Bills didn't after they played the Jags in London. They came back and played.
Well, the reason I was looking at that, because there's a possibility that the Dolphins picked week 6 for their bye week to put Chubbs and Phillips, or one or both, on IR. And that way, right after the bye week, they're coming back.
It's possible.
My thing is give them as much time to heal as possible. Do not rush back.
I think they slowed them down. They slowed them both down.
I agree with that too.
Well, yeah, I know they slowed them both down, but I'm looking at they're trying to slow them down a little bit more so they don't try to rush to get back in week 1, is what I'm saying.
Right. So figure what? Phillips was on Black Friday, so like November 24th. He had the surgery in what, December?
Yeah, very, very beginning of December or the very end of November.
Right. So say he's got January, February, March, April, June, July, August, September. You might have Phillips back, honestly. They're not going to rush him.
And he was, I mean, like I said, at the end of February, he was walking around with no support whatsoever and barely had a limp.
Yeah, and then by March he was running without the thing, because like they have that new I forget what it's, something light where like it's like a band where you're running and it's helping you run without weight bearing.
Right.
Solar light or something like that.
Right.
And then
Good
Phillips was
afternoon,
what,
Joe
the
Riss,
31st?
Adam Sadowski.
God bless. Chubb was on December 31st.
Yeah,
And
he
like
was at
to
the
be
end
more
of
of like a mid-October type thing.
So he's the one probably would more than likely be going on IR, if anything.
I mean, but then again, his injury was less severe, kind of. It's an ACL versus an Achilles. Chubb already has an ACL injury that he had to come back from. I think the other leg. Like the year he got drafted out of NC State, he was like what, number 5 or something like that, 4 or 5 pick, and I think he got hurt in like the 4th. It was a right torn ACL, left torn.
The next person they're saying we can do with our extra money is re-sign offensive lineman Connor Williams.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah,
What's the big question? We don't know
that's the wait and see how he feels.
Right. That's what
Right.
that's what I'm thinking. Dolphin winners. What's the status of his injury right now?
Yeah, I agree with you. What's his status? How's he looking and stuff? Because when he's out there, he plays a hell of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't deny that.
He's the one who said this, the wait and see thing too, because there was teams that were inquiring about like if he would do visits, how his rehab's going, and he said, "Well, I'm putting all of that off. I'll talk to you in the summer. I'm gonna focus on his knee, because allegedly his knee could have been career-ending. Like it kind of goes back to what happened last offseason where he was like, I only have 1 more year on my deal. I want to get paid. I know you guys are kind of cap constrained. I want to get paid. We were all like, let's see how he does. This is why guys want to get paid. One injury could cost him $30 million or whatever. You know what I mean?
Millions, yeah.
Because when he came back after he got hurt in the Denver game, he came back for that Carolina game and lasted like 3 plays and it was over. So he has an AML PCL tear also in the knee.
Good grief.
Yeah.
See, that's why I say
early 30s guy coming back, a bruiser like him. I mean, we'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
But I agree. We might be able to get him for cheap. If he's good, he's probably willing to stay, knowing that, like, if he plays good, it could be a part of their future plans. He could get a bag next year, maybe.
Right.
And I mean, I love watching him play. And right now, it's the ball's in his court on what he's going to do.
Well, they all have Rosen.
What Tom with that type of injury does he that he has? How long normally would it take for him to kind of get?
If it was just a normal ACL, I would say like 6 to 9 months. With all those things considered, it could be about a year.
Okay.
So we are looking at October-ish. Right?
Most definitely October for him, yeah.
It's Rosen.
Well,
You know what I mean? He's got what, 15 or 20 of the guys on our team?
yeah. Well, the next one they say signed free agent offensive lineman Greg Van Roten.
Yeah, Ben Rotten. He's okay. Well, because Reisner went back to the Vikings. He never wanted to leave when they cut him.
Well, I mean, the O-line is definitely something that needs to be addressed, but
I feel like they got deeper. They got deeper this year. They got deeper in a lot of positions where we weren't last year.
right.
Think about it, we had guys going down left and right. We were patchworking it together. But you had the Robert Jones and Lester Cottons of the world, where this year you might have Aaron Brewer and Jack Driscoll,
Kendall Lamb,
Keon Smith. Like you have some pieces that are serviceable at best. As long as our bookends are there, you kind of got some leeway a little bit.
and again, kudos to Bush Berry because, like I say, he's really been plugging and playing these guys pretty well, and hopefully he can develop. If
Eichenberg.
we bring in the players from the draft or undrafted players or anybody picking, he can develop them and have them going. They're not going to be top line, but at least he can have them,
Well, that was exactly what I was fixing to say, my brother, because to me, he is our ace up our sleeve, right? Butch Berry, what he has done with, such a mixed bag of, as Tom was saying, plug, take this one out, all these ones we're missing, and got to throw this guy in. I mean, that was just amazing what he has done. And so I feel like if he thinks they'll work, I'm behind, especially offensive line. We listen to him. I'm good with that.
He's been good at developing our young guys, some we haven't had in a while. Like his bad rap, but everyone hated is that it was all vets that were like, who's this old man trying to tell me what to do, go back to basics? That's why they didn't like him in Denver. And he relates better to younger kids, teaching them, coaching them up, rather than like someone who thinks they know it all and trying to bring them back to basics. That's why he got a little bit of a bad rap there.
Yeah, you just answered my question. My next question, Tom. Thanks.
No problem.
Well,
I mean, we got Patrick Paul too. He's a project, but if we need him, he might have to step in for a few games.
Yeah, I think so. He can be a project. I don't care as long as we keep rolling in the right direction. The next
and with Butch Berry, it's not as big a gamble as it might be. With
6'7", 330 either. Can't teach that.
But
right.
Can you imagine if he continues to get better?
My man's bigger than Aaron Judge out there.
Yeah. Well, the next one they're saying is signed free agent safety Justin Simmons.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're banging the table for weeks on that one.
Yeah.
I know that Philly's all about it though too, because Vic has a similar 3 safety system, so they've been rumored as well.
That's the name I've been hearing a lot of, Justin Simmons as well.
Be perfect fit, and allows Holland to go back to playing free, where he could just be center field ball hawking, as well as come up to help the linebackers.
That's his strength.
Absolutely. So that would let Simmons play, and move him back to where he's comfortable.
Absolutely.
Be huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it would be cheap because there's not really a market. There's 10 free agents at premier positions this year that just either guys that are older, guys that are coming off injuries, guys that are looking for the last big bag before they retire. This is that year where you take a 1-year vet minimum deal, play your ass off, and get paid next season type thing.
That's their next guy.
Kalai Campbell.
Yes. Free agent defensive lineman Kalai Campbell. He's 37 years old.
He's old, but he's a stud.
Yeah, well, he's it's old for football, but yeah, he as a 17-game starter last year, he had 6.5 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss, and 17 quarterback hits.
Was he on that 05 or 06 team that went to the chip versus Ohio State for the U? I think he was on Dorsey's team.
I think it's the same guy I've been hearing about. It's supposed to be a run stopper. That's who it is.
Yeah, and he played with the Ravens for most of his career. And then he played Atlanta last year.
Yeah, like they're saying here, it'd be tough to justify a starting role for Campbell at age 38, but he could provide a hell of a rotational threat to a team that lost Christian Wilkins and Raekwon Davis in free agency.
Right, fresh legs. Keep rotating them in and out.
Well, the thing is too, somebody just touched on it, is they may be a little older, but they're going to want to go out with a bang, right? So if we can get some of these guys in here that have got a record of playing well, then
I could see this guy lining up alongside Patrick Paul's, because in a sense, Patrick Paul was on the defensive side.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy, yeah.
And he can mentor those guys, because I think when y'all just said that, he can mentor them.
He'll be like just like Armstead's doing with Paul. Khalil Campbell could do with Siler and these other.
And OBJ could do with the rest of the guys. Right.
Just add some depth. And there's familiarity with Weaver being from Baltimore.
Right.
Yep.
So you can walk in day one and know the system, just need to learn the terminology.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think who else. There was a couple other guys out there, right, Paul?
Yeah, the next one is actually re-signing. The last one for the nine they have on here is re-signing X-Men.
You could.
I mean, it could happen. Yeah, we know it could happen. Anything can happen.
Right.
I mean,
We're paying him anyway. We're paying him $25 million over the next 2 years, no matter what. Yeah, we saved 18, but he's still getting 12 this year from us and 13 next year, or something like that.
And so, knowing that, and knowing where his market value is, would he come back as a Dolphin when he could possibly get picked up somewhere else, get paid almost double? I mean,
Go ahead.
it's possible, but I don't see it. I mean, the last 2 years he played a lot with a lot of injuries and stuff.
yeah.
And I think if he was going to get picked up for a good money like that, he would have already been picked up. That's
I
my
kind of
feeling.
agree with that.
I think teams are just waiting. Guys get hurt during the summer. You get summer months in training camp, and it's smart for X also to prove that he's fully healthy from the foot injury. So, I mean, he really wants to go to Houston, being from Houston. Yeah, he's from Texas. He went to Baylor. He really wants to go to Houston.
Right.
I can see the Cowboys even saying, you know what, because I think they're going to lose Stephon Gilmore. They could pick him up. He fits both their defenses. As for coming back, he'd come back as a third corner, and you'd probably play him in the slot and have to rotate him with Hader.
Tom,
But also get X off of press coverage.
Tom, answer my question again.
You know what I mean?
No, go ahead, Tom. You answered my question again, because I was about to ask it, would he come back starting, but you just answered that question, so I can leave that alone now.
I mean, which is also not a bad thing either. I mean, it saves them. Like, whereas last year, look at it, we're rolling, and then by like week 12 through 13 through 17, we lost 23 starters.
Yeah. I mean, injuries
another
totally
too.
killed last year.
And we didn't pick any vets up at like the deadline, like we kind of thought and saw like teams of past years did, like Linval, Joseph, and Sue with the Eagles. We didn't pick anybody up until it was like, oh shit, we have to go play a -40 next week. Let's get Justin Houston off the couch. Let's get Bruce Irvin off the couch. These guys are done. Put a fork in them. And then you got Duke Riley and Eli. Oh, let's not hit him. Ooh.
Yeah, Tom, that is like my goal.
I don't even want to go back on that play because
we lost. Oh, Justin Houston. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go over and chill with my teammates of last year that won the Super Bowl. Okay, cool. See you. Thank you.
I'm telling you, that was one of my most infuriating moments of the entire season. I
Right, and
wanted to smack people around.
then we got the hit of the playoffs as the two of them are standing there looking at each other with their thumbs up their asses from Deshaun Elliott breaking his helmet.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You know I have that photo right there.
Right, that he was allowed to play with a cracked helmet, no problem. Oh, no timeout.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't get me fucking started.
I'm telling you, Tom, you're all over it. Yep.
Well, I still want that photo. I
fuming.
still want to get that photo printed out and see
Oh,
if I
he's
can
super
get him to
nice. You know
sign
what I
it.
mean? He's super cool.
Well, and I mean, I know you talked to him. I know he knows me. He remembers me and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's talking about Baltimore?
I think so.
Yeah, back to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's one. The guy's just a nice guy all the way around. He is super cool. No problem talking to him and stuff. And yeah, I got to get that printed out and get it to you to see if you can get it signed for me at all anytime.
Depends where Baltimore goes.
We'll worry about that at another time.
Yeah.
You got somebody else on the list, Papa Paul?
Not on that list. That was 9 players they went through. Is there anybody out there you'd like to see, Tom?
I mean, I really want Simmons. I can see that if it's like a swing and a miss and they don't, there's a couple other safeties on that list that would work, like bearing injury issues, you know what I mean? But Jamal Adams might come cheap.
Yeah.
He could act as a 5th linebacker when they run this 2 high safety, 5 backers, or 3-4, and they drop that guy back down to play like a nickel or dime. There's a couple other maybes. It just depends. You're gonna have a lot of guys that are gonna get cut due to money or like different things are gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot of time left to do anything.
Oh, the other things that we could do would be after like here's other ways to create money. People are like so worried about the money. So the 18.5 we have, you're gonna need probably 6.5 to sign the rookie class because you don't have to pay after pick 150. So
yeah, well,
5, 6, 7 don't need the money.
Yeah, they actually said, I think there was a note in there where they were talking about that signing the rookie class and said it could go up to 8.5.
Yeah, it depends what the top contract.
6.3 up to 8.5 is I think what they had.
Yeah, it all depends how they guarantee Chop's contract because he's a first-round pick. So, like, that's the only one that really deserves a 5-year structured with adjusted salary rates, etc. You could also restructure Siler, get $4 million from that. You could also restructure some of Waddle's money and get another $5 million from that. You could also restructure. There were 4 guys, Poyer and one other guy, and you can make like $43 million by extending Tua, extending Tyreek, restructuring those 4 guys. I think it was Jordy Fortson and Jordan Brooks, the other 2 guys on that list.
Yeah,
and then you could sign Holland to an extension. And now you have everybody but Phillips locked up till 2028, basically. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay. I'm sorry. I gotta laugh at this real quick. Pam wants to smack people around. Stop rewarding people for bad behavior. we know who that came from. Good old Shake.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Mr.
Funny.
Polk.
Well, this is gonna be controversial, and I'm just throwing it out there. It's not my way of thinking. What do y'all think about Ryan Tannehill being out there?
I was going to ask that. We're on the same page, my friend.
Well, that's why we brothers and sisters.
That's what it depends upon.
Yeah, it depends upon the money, like Tom's saying, but I would love to see him over Mike White.
Same here.
That's my personal feelings. I am not a big fan of Mike White, but he is the Dolphins, and I will support him.
I mean, Granted, Tannehill couldn't beat out Malik Willis, who literally couldn't hit the broadside of a fucking barn last year. But you guys are happy with a 38-year-old with 2 knee injuries? I don't know about that.
I wonder, though, how much of that was actually head-to-head? You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't beat him out. Like,
well, Tannehill got benched 3 different times for throwing like 4 interceptions and losing games.
Yeah, I mean, I know he definitely has had
I mean,
You know,
Derrick Henry was ready to lose his shit. Derrick Henry was playing quarterback for a minute.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's done, but I'm just saying like he's going to command more than $4 million.
Right.
Well, you know something I've seen a lot of on Instagram, Twitter, one of those or both of them. It's just a lot of the Wildcat plays and stuff.
Saw your video.
Fans couldn't wait to get rid of him. Now we want him back. The fuck?
Well, you know,
7 years of Tannehill. Oh my God, 7 years of this bum. Good riddance. They didn't even go to the AFC Championship game.
But I mean, some of that was even without Tannehill and stuff, and I love watching those plays because
Yeah,
the defense doesn't know what to do with them.
Tannehill got a bad break. Basically, the knee injury was when he was literally looked the best he looked his entire career. He figured out things were clicking. No contact knee injury on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, and you know as well as I do, he was one of the most rushed, hurried, knocked down, sacked quarterbacks
He
in
got his ass
NFL
beat in
history.
his first 4 years. He got his ass beat.
Yeah,
Sure. That's facts.
He's running for his
you
life.
know, but he kept coming back, and he was
Oh yeah, respect the hell out of him. Just at
No,
this point in
that-
the juncture, I don't see it.
yeah. Well, and that's where it comes down to having an offensive lineman or offensive line to really help prevent that something. But I mean,
People
we
want him
have
to think of his they think his escapability. That's why people want him. Oh, he can extend plays with his feet. Yes. At this point, though,
I don't know about that anymore.
that's where I'm at with it. Like, well, he can extend plays. At least he can get the first down. Put his big ass in there when Tua won't run the 1 yard. Tua's not making that call.
Yeah,
Well,
that's just it.
Bubble
Two is
screen behind the
making
line,
the play
right?
calls, and that's I think we all agree on. We want to see some different plays called instead of what has been called in the moments that we need.
Right.
but some of that, Papa Paul, because I can pass that blame around, like
Oh,
you're
yeah,
saying,
100%.
to the play calls, to the coach. But when you are an NFL quarterback and a competitive athlete, and there is a first down to be had by 5 or 6 yards without getting touched, man, you got to go. I can't believe you're standing there and I mean wide open alleys, and it didn't happen once or twice. It happened a bunch of times, and the man didn't take it.
We was
Go.
told not to run at all last year. They pretty much
Yeah,
told him,
well,
"Do
he
not run."
Pam,
But see,
you also got to look at, and I wouldn't blame him if he was scared of getting hit that one more time to give him that one more concussion and losing his career for the rest of his life.
agreed. I get it, but when there are 5 or 6 yards, we need a yard or less to get a first down. You know you can get out of bounds, not get hit, or get down really quick, get the first down. I mean, the lanes were wide open so many times because they knew he wasn't going to run. Some
You'll
of
see
those
more of that
times
this
you
year.
needed to get that first down.
You'll see
Right.
more of that this
he
year.
kind
It
of
literally was-
he kind of needs to step out that box a little bit.
A little
Let
bit.
him bootleg.
He needs
He's
to step
great
out
on
the
the
box just a
bootleg.
little bit. No,
They've
what you
been
saying?
keen on that though a lot. You saw that like when the bootleg's there, it works. When Mike calls
Yep.
it works. And then Mike doesn't like to call it a lot. The only time he does the boot is like a fake and then back pitch the other way.
Right.
I don't get it. Like it's weird. I'm just hoping they figure that out because I think you'll see a lot more of that this year.
Well, I think we've talked about it before. Is what's the new thing he's going to bring into the system this year? And I think John brought it up, and Winters and I the other day. The fact of the tight ends he has brought on, maybe he's going to be using them properly now, the way we see as proper.
Right. Well, the other thing is this. Every year, Tua gets absolutely shit on for one thing. Every year, more than next.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
every year, that one thing he gets shit on for has gotten better at that one thing. He's got a noodle arm. Oh, he throws 60-yard touchdown passes. He can't stay healthy. He's got concussions. Oh, he just played the entire season. Oh, he doesn't throw for enough yards and touchdowns. Oh, he just led the league and whatever. So, like, every year it's one more thing he's focused on. I think that getting the quarterback coach is huge. So the techniques, the fundamentals, the arm play, it's a lot of that. Like, it's these subtle things that, like, it's such a game of inches within a game of inches.
And I think you got to agree with me, Tom, in the fact of he is probably the most criticized quarterback in the NFL.
Right. You had a guy that molested possibly 60 women that got a straight fucking pass.
Yeah.
Who had a $230 million fully guaranteed contract, who's looked like a $15 to $20 million a year quarterback. And you don't really hear a peep about that. Nothing. People absolutely hated Jared Goff. Hated him. Now he's great. People absolutely hated Baker Mayfield. Oh, now he's all right. So these guys just get a pass like it's like nothing. And you have this one guy that does everything that's asked of him, every single time anything is asked of him, continues to take blame for things, owns things, and just goes out there and fucking works.
Nobody likes the nice guy, Tom. Don't you realize in society, nobody likes the good guys. They like the assholes. That's how it's been. And I don't understand where you do not, and everybody on this panel do not see that they did the same way. They did the same thing. They did the same thing with Tim Tebow, and then now they're going to see with Tua.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Withers.
Real.
You know, it's just like most of the women. They like the assholes.
Like the assholes. Sorry, Pam.
I don't. Sorry.
Well, you're older now, too.
I got radar for that.
And you're older now. You understand the facts that you should have went, you know, like some people that have been married and divorced, they realize they should have went with the nice guy to begin with to get married to, not the asshole.
And then the other slander that I hate right now is all this, well, Tyreek's off the field shit so bad he doesn't deserve to be here. We can let him go. Here's your apples and oranges conversation. Would you rather him beat the shit out of, like, you know, women, molest women, have drug charges, gun charges, cause a 7-car accident and walk away and leave the scene of an accident? Like, he's had his own shit, but in the last 3 years that everyone, like, keeps talking about, were such stupid minor things. If I got to take this minor, a fight with a guy at a boatyard and smack him upside his head, like versus Rashi Wright right now, like, come on now.
Yeah, I let's keep the whole team. Nobody talks about the offensive lineman that beat the shit out of his girlfriend.
Animal cruelty. There's another Mike Vick part 2 on KC's free for all, but it's all forgotten when they win.
It's, you know, but Tom, something is right on TMZ just like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's minor stuff. It's minor stuff that should really be put on TV anyway.
Hey, we don't need to know about his fucking wife and divorce and the stupid OF model. No one needs that shit. That's 2024. Everyone with a camera. Hey. Oh, look, trying to get paid.
You know what? He's got 11 kids. He's taking care of them. That's all that matters.
Right.
There you go.
What he's doing on Sundays is all that matters to us.
Yeah, because honestly, at the end of the day, whatever goes on in that man's personal life or any superstar's personal life is none of our business.
All I know is that he's put up 1,770 yards a season. I mean, shit, I'm okay with him having some fucking verbal spat with a guy on the pier.
Exactly. But yet, we're going to watch Mahomes sit there and have to be held back to keep from hitting a referee during a game because he didn't like a call, which was a great call in the first place. I wish they'd have let him go for the referee, because some of those referees, man, they would take care of business. They'd throw that boy down.
Or his brother trying to molest and grope some chick in a bar just because he's a Mahomes.
Right. And exactly. And look at what Kelsey. Look at him. What an ass. He over there shoves his coach, you know, just yelling and screaming. I mean, what in the world is the NFL thinking? If you win, we don't care. And the only reason they really are winning is because they're being favored.
It's not even that, man. I won't even say if we win, we don't care. If you generate enough money for us, we don't care. That's what it comes down to.
That's it's
We can
true.
go.
That's
We
So
can
true.
go all the way back. We can go all the way back to Michael Irvin and those guys with the Cowboys back in the day when they were winning. They owned. They owned dollars. They could do whatever they wanted. And then when they got caught up and thought everything was sweet, eventually the floor caved in and different things like that. So you have superstars that, as long as you generate me money, we can make things go away. And that's
Like
just
Lawrence
what.
Taylor with the kids.
Oh man.
yeah, we have less than 10 minutes, guys, but it's a good show, great show. Let's keep it up.
Well, one of the things that gets me is that the NFL has done this with, the gambling, which to me has changed everything. The money from Vegas has changed everything about the NFL. It is a huge part of the reason we have issues that we have with the NFL. But how are you going to take and you're going to do the kids shows like from Nick? You're going to have kids watching the NFL. We're going to pull them all in, but we're going to show you kids that it's okay if you cheat, lie, punch your coach, do all these things. We don't care. Just
Well,
make sure you win.
the problem with that is, like I said, it's about the money. They don't care about any of that. As long as they can get kids and the generation next to the ones that's around now geared and ready to the style of play and all that.
Yep.
That's all it comes down to. The rest, I seen that and it was pretty cool because they put the little graphics and to try
Oh
to
yeah.
distract you
Great.
and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all it is. It's just okay. We're gonna sit there and get the other generation, the next generation, ready for this stuff. By the time this other generation come up, you might not be able to touch the quarterback. Who knows?
So do
Well,
we have the
and
first 3-time back-to-back champions because Taylor Swift is performing at the halftime
oh,
this year in the Super Bowl?
there you go. There you
There's your
go. Oh
novella for
yeah.
the season already.
Well, I'm gonna say this. That's where the money is, and I think that's where everybody is really projecting. I mean, come on, like if they actually plan it out for it to go out that way, trust me, I'm like, come on, man, ain't no way.
Or they break up mid-season when she's in Miami
Yeah.
by week 7 and we have a whole new album at the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. She's probably in the studio right now.
I'm sure she
Well,
just dropped one.
one of the things, just like I was at my son's house for the second half of the Super Bowl, and they had, my grandkids, other people's kids were there, and these little girls cheering on Travis Kelce. Teach them little girls the game. I'm here to tell you that little girls can learn the game. They didn't have no clue whatsoever.
Taylor's
If
boyfriend.
That's right. If Taylor was cheering, they were all cheering. And there he is showing his ass on TV, acting like a fool. And I mean, if that was my kid, I'd be like, no, you need to learn what a piece of crap that guy is. We don't cheer on the guy that goes and shoves his coach. We don't cheer on the
See, like,
guy that's over there pitching a complete fit like he's a 5-year-old.
this has been happening since like day one. People are just seeing it now because of the exposure with her. But he hasn't
Right.
changed. I mean, he's always been like very,
Yep, and I didn't like him since day one. I mean, he's got talent, but to me, he's more of a bully. He's not not as talented as what I think the accolades warrant. He's definitely got talent. Not saying he's not a good tight end, but I think without some of the shenanigans that they get away with, he's not going to have the numbers he has.
I mean, that's why
And if
people
you're
like his
that
brother
good,
more. The way he
make
carries
it.
himself as it is. His stats are there. His numbers are. He's arguably the greatest tight end of all time, next to Gronk and Tony Gonzalez. But like, it's
I
just the
don't
way he
know. When I
carries
look
himself
at
is
the number
different.
of drop balls when things are contested and he doesn't come down with it, he especially, I would have to say more in the last year or two, he just expects things to go his way. Before, I think he fought harder
He's
for
used
the
to getting his
ball. I
way.
think he had to work harder.
Okay, we need to go around the room. Mr. Polk, you have any last words to say?
First of all, I thank y'all. I thank you, Papa Paul and now Dolphin, let me be on the show. Within this 1 hour, this 1 hour seemed like a 3-hour show. tell you the truth, 'cause I really enjoy the content. I really enjoy the content, and it's always good to see my sister Pamela. I hope you continue feeling better, and tell your husband I said hello. But I love the show. Shake Money. I see you on some of the other platforms. Dolphin Winners 305. Dolphin Nation Administrator. Listen, I had a fun time, with you guys. Like I said, this season is right around the corner, so go Fins.
Yes, sir.
Open.
Yes, sir. Peace, love, and fins up, Mr. Polk.
Peace, love, and fins up, y'all.
See you, Mr. Paul.
Later,
All
brother.
right, see you.
Tom?
I mean, what more can I say? I don't want the summer to go away so quick, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Phillies.
Yo, I'm gonna call you on Friday. Let me know which day you want to go to the game. We'll grab tickets on Friday.
Without a doubt, I'll definitely let you know.
That's what I figured. Because I mean, the day game would be good, but I wanted to see what the other days might be better. For me, it doesn't matter. I got plenty of time.
All right, cool. Just I'll let you know. Because I think the reason why I'm thinking Monday is because I'm off Monday. I got to work Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's fine. We can do that.
Now, Tom, what games are you coming down to?
Tennessee and the Niners.
Okay. Sounds good.
I do Indy, Green Bay, and the Jets here.
Okay. Well, you have a blessed rest of your week, sir, and we'll see you Wednesday night.
Take care, y'all.
Peace,
Peace, love, and
Peace,
love.
love, and fins up, brother.
Mhm.
Miss Pamela.
Yes. Well, so thanks, guys. As always, such an exciting panelist. Everybody's got such great takes, and I appreciate the opportunity always. You guys are my dudes, and I will be at the fan weekend for Arizona, and I'm gonna try and get tickets. I need 5 of them. I'm gonna take at least 3 of my grandsons and my husband and myself to. Oh, I want to go to the Raider game.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to, bring my little crew of fellers who I do teach the game. They know the game, and they like certain players who Mimi approves of because they're all Dolphins. So yeah.
Well, you have a blessed week and keep getting better, Miss Pam. We love you.
Thank you.
Peace,
Yeah.
love, and fins up.
Peace, love, and fins up.
Well, there's another show, brother. I'm telling you, man. Today's show it just went by so well and so great. Look at you, 2.5 minutes. Less than that. Before we sign off, do you have any last words, Mr. Papa Paul?
I just want to thank everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Huddle Sports Network for joining us. I mean, it's a wonderful day to be alive. Every day is a great day to be alive. But thank you for joining us. Throw the questions at us. We don't mind answering all your questions to the best of our ability. And keep going on. Y'all have a blessed night, blessed day. Peace, love, and fins up, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.